Class 11th Physics, Chapter 1st, Physical World. In class 10th, till class 10th, we have studied science. In that science, there is physics, there is chemistry, and there is bio, all the three things. But now we are studying the three things in three different books or three different subjects. Our subject is physics. So today we will study what is physics. It is very vast and very large, but it is very interesting if you are able to understand. So first of all, we should understand what is science. The word science means systematic study. It means systematic study. Now, what is the meaning of systematic study? The meaning of systematic study, if we take an example, that if in a room there are different types of objects, some of the objects of physics, some of the chemistry, and some of the bio. Example of physics is there is a meter scale, weighing machine, and chemistry is some gases, H2SO4, or some chemicals, and some biological things, that is like some of the organism or some animals or some of the snakes. If I will say any student that you should go and bring a physics instrument, that is a scale, the student will scare because there is some of the organism, some of the chemicals. But if we will arrange all the three things in a proper shells, that at one wall we are having physics things, at another wall we are having chemistry instruments, and at another wall we are having what? The bio instruments. Then the student will go and he will strictly go to the physics wall and take out the physics instrument, and he can easily come. So what does the science does? While the systematic study, it makes our life easier. Now there are two classification of science. One is biology, another is physical science. In biology, we will study the behavior of living things. As we all know, what are living things? We all are living things, animals, organism. These study will come in what? Biology. In physical science, there is one portion is chemistry, another is what? Physics. In chemistry, we will study the nature of substances, structure and its structure, behavior, and all these things will come in what? Chemistry. We have to study about physics. This is our topic. So what is the meaning of physics? All the phenomena. Physics means study of nature and natural phenomena. Now it is very vast, because as we know that nature is what? Very vast. So the basic one line statement of physics is what? Nature and natural phenomena. So we will study about this now. To study the nature and natural phenomena, there is a method in physics that is known as what? Scientific method. And in that scientific method, there are few steps. Basically there are 6 steps. The first step is observation, second is controlled experiment, third is qualitative and quantitative study or reasoning, fourth is mathematical modeling, fifth is prediction, sixth is verification. Now we should understand all these things with an example. The example is that the meaning of observation. Let us suppose in nature we see that water is falling. Then water is falling from the mountains, it is flowing in the rivers, where there are different examples are there for falling of the water. The observation is that we are seeing that water is falling. But if we move on to the second step, if we are having a plain surface like this and we are placing some water here, water will not move, because to move it we should have some inclination. So the second thing is that for controlled experiment in lab, we will make a inclined plane and through which water will fall. So there is, first is observation that the water is falling, second is by the experiment we are knowing that it is moving on the slopes, third is what is qualitative. The moving of water is known as what? Qualitative. But the quantitative is that if the angle, this theta angle is increased, if this is, suppose this is 30 degree, the speed is what? 10 meter per second. But if it is increased to what? 60 degree, the speed is what? 20 meter per second. It means if the slope is more, then the fall of the water is what? Increases. That is known as what? Qualitative study. Third is mathematical modeling. Whatsoever we have studied, for that we are making a formula. For example, in lower classes we have make a formula F is equal to m into g. In 9th class we have studied F is equal to m into g. Let us suppose a body is having a force of 10 Newton, and we know that the gravity of earth is how much? 9.8 or 10 meter per second. So by this experiment we can find out the mass. It comes to be what? 1 kg. So this is the mathematical formula. If this formula we have drive out all these things, then this formula, by this formula we have taken out 1 kg mass. This is our prediction. Earlier we have done, but after this prediction we are doing the verification. If all the things are what correct, then this is our what, this will become our scientific method, and if any of them is incorrect, then again we will move to the step number 1 and we will do the process again and again. So this is what scientific method in physics. So now, what is physics? As we have studied, it is the study of nature and natural phenomena, or basic definition we will study. It is an idea that deals with the basic knowledge of nature and its manifestations in various natural phenomena. Now let's understand it with the help of an example. The basic example is that the natural phenomena in our life is what? That the sun is fixed. It is, if it is sun, then all the planets are revolving around it. So this is what? This is Earth, or any other planets, all are revolving around it. The thing is that if this portion is in front, then this is what? Day, and that is what? Night. And this process goes on again and again. The example is that if every day, after every day, there is what? Night comes. So that is a natural phenomena. It is explained by the help of what? Physics. How it is explained? That the earth is revolving on its own axis due to the revolution. At one time there is what? Day, and after a fixed interval of time there is what? Night. Although there is slight change, but this is explained by what? Physics, and that is what? A natural phenomenon. Another example is that the coming of what? Different seasons. That is also we can understand with the help of what? Physics. So we'll continue our lecture. And the next topic is what? Thrust area in physics. That is tomorrow.